This is the Air Conservation Commission meeting. It is Thursday, August 26th, 2021. This meeting/hearing of the Air Conservation Commission will be held in person at the location provided in this notice. Members of the public are welcome to attend this in-person meeting. Please note that while an option for remote attendance and/or participation is being provided as a courtesy to the public, the meeting/hearing will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast, unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with particular interest in a specific item on this agenda should make plans for in-person versus virtual attendance accordingly. Zoom information for this meeting can be obtained by contacting Joanne Kristoff, Conservation Administrator, at concom@ayer.ma.us or 978-772-8220, extension 143, or Cindy Knox, IT Director, at cknox@ayer.ma.us or 978-772-8220, extension 150. This meeting will be recorded and air on Channel 8 and airpublicaccess.org the following day. All right. Confirmation of agenda.
We have some adjustments to make to the agenda.
Okie dokie.
Let's see, the first item on the agenda, the NOI for DPW, they've, at my request, asked to continue to the next meeting.
Which will be, when is the next meeting?
September 9th.
September 9th.
Will we have a notice of intent at that point?
We already have the notice of intent.
I mean, will we have an order of conditions?
Maybe.
So we'll just open it and continue.
Okay.
The third item, the public meeting for West Main Street infrastructure,
Yep.
is actually going to turn into an RDA on the part of the DPW for that MassWorks grant at our next meeting on September 9th.
So we're not going to do this at all,
We're not
right?
going to do this one at all.
So that's scratched altogether, okay.
And then I think moving the two discussions at the very end of the agenda up to the beginning of the agenda would be advisable. So
Both of those?
Yep, the recap of the select board meeting and the beaver management plan.
Okay. So do those first and then we'll just open and continue the DPW.
Yep.
Can I suggest, since the Saunders are here? or-
Sanders, yeah.
Yes, there, sorry. Do we maybe slide that in after that so they don't have to stick around?
That's a good idea.
Ask the chairman.
After what?
If we slide the discussions in after the 252 Woodland Way RDA, is what I'm suggesting.
Sure. Okay. Unless you're very interested in seeing what's going on. As opposed to going
discussing our
home.
beaver management plan.
It is kind of interesting.
I know they're a problem.
Be glad you live up on the top of the hill.
You want to say.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay,
We'll, yeah,
thanks.
do the discussions
After 252.
after 2:52. Anything else?
Oh, I hope not.
Okay. Motion to approve the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Passes unanimously. Alrighty, do we have a, well, we're gonna have to approve both?
No, we can only approve the open meeting minutes.
How do we approve the other ones?
I say we hold those till when we have an update,
Okay,
and then we'd approve those in executive session,
all right,
so.
very good. Motion to approve the meeting minutes of the 12th, August 12th. Or any, first off, are there any corrections or suggestions?
Nope, they're beautiful.
I don't know. Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Wanted
Yeah.
to capture the nuance of some of the
You did capture the nuance.
discussion. Yep.
Motion to approve the meeting minutes of August, what was that?
12.
August the 12th, as written.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes unanimously. Do we have a payables report?
We do not have a payables report.
Payables report. All right. Then we will, would you care to join us, please?
Well, I think
Yeah.
still,
What?
Bring another chair.
We're gonna do
You're
that.
gonna open and close the
Yeah.
DPW, right? Or open and continue?
We can do that after.
Okay.
I already started to write it down. You made me mess up my minutes.
Sorry. So we're going to open this public hearing under the Wetlands Protection Act and under the Air Wetlands Bylaw. So this is a public hearing, is a notice,
Public request, public meeting,
public
RDA.
meeting, sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
yep.
right.
It's a request for determination of applicability, an RDA at 252 Woodland Way, Alexis Sanders.
That's me and my
That-
husband Steve.
And your husband, I'm sorry?
Steve.
Steve.
Albert.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
It's been a long time coming.
I know, it
Yes.
has.
Yes, not for lack of trying.
I know.
Yes.
So what is it that you are proposing to do?
We had, we've got a landscaper, whole earth.
Solar. Yeah, so maybe we can start it. We moved in to Pingree Hill in June of 2020. It's a blank slate. Joanne has come by and walked the grounds with me. So we really want to, make it something lush and green and just a lot better than it looks right now. So we engaged Mark Seda from Whole Earth Landscaping. He's a fully organic landscaper. He's proposed a plan that includes all plants that are native to the land. And he couldn't be with us tonight, but he did want me to mention that there are 3 phases for a plan. Phases 1 and 2 are on the front and the side, and close to the retention pond. Phase 3 would be in the back where he's proposed patio, and some additional landscape. I think the only area in question that actually intersects or transects the buffer zone is what would be phase 3, which we would do next year, which is the patio.
I think this
Yep.
part actually is in the,
A little bit, yep,
Yeah.
looks like it.
yeah.
So as I mentioned, phases 1 and 2 are what we hope to do this fall, and phase 3 would be next year. So we're really seeking approval of the whole plan, and happy to answer any questions that you might have initially.
So Joanne, can you just point out, so what is 1 and, maybe would you say phase 1, 2, and 3?
Well, so phase 1 would be the front and the side here, which is outside the buffer zone, except for this little, so this is the 100-foot buffer zone.
Right.
Right here, this line. So there's a little bit of phase 1.
That's considered
Yes,
phase
so
2.
no, I guess he proposed 3 phases, the green part being phase 3, I think, mostly.
Okay.
Well,
Well, at least the patio, I shouldn't say, I'm just speaking now.
yeah.
So we hope to push forward with everything except the paver patio.
Which we're looking to do
Next year.
year.
Yeah.
If we have approval for it.
Okay. And you do have a plan of plants that,
We provided that as well.
Did I?
Yeah, this is the planting plan on top of Steve Mulaney's plan,
okay.
which is why the underpinning should look familiar.
Yeah, and it has the species listed, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the species, can you point them out?
They're real little.
They're
Oh,
tiny.
is it in the middle there? Okay.
It's those tiny little
Yeah.
letters.
Yeah, it's like an eye test, isn't it?
Right.
Well, I asked if we should bring the plans we have at home, which are as big as this table. It makes it a lot easier to see,
Oh,
but.
yeah.
Okay, I was just looking for them like over here, so that
Yeah.
like you notice them there, but, okay, thank you.
And you've gone over all these, or you've looked at all the plants that they've proposed?
Yeah, and, you know, we can't require native planting, and a lot of this is not native.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Mark said it is, so.
Mm.
Forsythia, I don't know.
Forsythia is from China. Chinese astilbe, Japanese pyrus.
Is it like Forsythia is maybe not originally native, but it's definitely.
Yeah, it's
I think, yeah,
all over the place now.
exactly, yeah. I think
Somewhat of a-
he means country, but.
Right. So I think if separate from the Conservation Commission part of this, if your intent is to have all of this stuff be actually native, that you should talk to Mark and have him tweak your plant list a little bit.
I mean, we don't.
We know, to be honest, we know
Nothing
nothing
about
about
plants.
it. We just know what looks good,
Yep,
so that's why we went with Mark. He seemed pretty educated with it.
yep,
He had good references. I saw some of his work, it looked beautiful.
yep.
So we were kind of trusting him on this.
Yeah.
And
I just don't want you to think you're getting all native plants.
Well,
That's not what he's proposing.
Yeah, I mean, he did say native. I don't know if he meant something differently, like it's, you know, grows elsewhere in Ayer or nearby,
Mhm.
but, you know, yeah, we're not botanists. We just want something that looks
Well,
nice.
you did learn a
and
lot about plants.
I did. I
We all
took
had
notes.
that nice walk.
Are you interested in blocking the view of the detention pond year round or not?
Yeah.
well, my understanding, it won't, with what they're planting, it won't be blocking it year round.
Right.
Right,
It'll
that's-
just
So
be-
I'm just asking.
I'm
if there was
fine with that.
Okay.
But what Mark said, there'll be enough growth there that'll prevent anyone from, accessing it easily.
Right, and this,
Except where there are access routes needed.
right.
Yeah.
Right behind it.
So this little line of Rosa rugosa
Yep.
will just be behind your forsythia. He can't take that out.
Okay.
And the forsythia will get up tall enough really quickly that if you don't want to look at the Rosa rugosa, you won't see it.
Yeah.
But that's really part of the stormwater structure
Yep.
Okay.
and can't come out.
Okay.
And I think along that row, it might be forsythia mixed with some other plant too, like a willow or.
Yeah, I think there are.
I thought there was was there 2 or 3 different plants?
So you've got forsythia.
Yeah, I see. Next to the tree there, it says for something Hargo.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, it's
and a
willows.
willow. Yeah, two different kinds of plants. From what I can see.
Yeah.
Some of which is forsythia and some of which is this.
Right,
Oh, okay. Yes, I see the forsythia is all the way
towards the street.
toward the left, yeah, with the
Yeah.
kind of,
Fluffy,
yeah,
right?
the odd outline there, whereas the willows are the round circles. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But really, very little of what they're proposing is in the buffer zone. You know,
Mhm.
these few shrubs here, these few shrubs here, and then these plantings in the patio.
Right. And you won't do those until probably next year anyway, right?
Yes.
The patio next year,
I
yes.
mean, with the plantings around the patio.
I don't think we would plant them without the patio.
No,
there,
that
so-
would all be,
Yeah.
they consider the third phase all at once, yes.
Okay.
And we've opted not to plant behind that because it's wild anyway, so
Mhm.
there's nice coverage.
In the patio, you're proposing pavers so that the water would drain down through.
Yes.
Yeah, we would do pavers. just.
Not like stamped concrete or?
No, no.
Anybody have any more comments or questions?
So is the patio pretty much the same level as the ground?
Yes.
It will be the same level, yes.
Is the area where it is that lawn now?
It's lawn now, correct.
Was that you?
It was Joanne,
No, it wasn't, it was George.
and it was Spam. Oh, what a surprise.
So you might take a little bit of dirt out to put a base down and put the pavers in?
Yes.
A little bit, and then just take it off site?
And that's what Mark said. He would remove it offsite.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, I suppose it could be removed off-site or else spread in the front yard or something.
I'm fine with that too, as well.
Out of the buffer
Yeah.
zone.
We've got some ruts in the yard, which we could,
Yeah, if you can use it.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm okay with that as well.
I think it's pretty great. You can use it in an organic, landscaper.
Yeah,
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 thank you.
yeah. He's very anti-pesticide, chemicals, so,
Oh,
yeah.
anything else?
No?
Motion to issue a negative determination on 252 Woodland Way for, what is it, phase 1 and 2?
I think they're asking for phase 3 too for next year.
So you want us to approve phase 3 at this point in time?
Yeah.
If you
Yes.
could, yes.
Okay, motion to approve phase 1, 2, and 3, or a negative determination on phase 1, 2, and 3 at 252 Woodland Way.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes unanimously.
Thank you.
And you...
Thank you very much.
You have a 10-day waiting period after DEP. You know about this? No. Once Joanne sends this into DEP, then they have 10 days to appeal it, if they choose to. I don't know why they would, but so after 10 days, if you don't hear anything after 10 days, starting from next, Wednesday or something?
Well, I'll issue this on Monday.
You issue it on Monday. So 10 days after that point, you can proceed with your project.
That's great.
That sounds great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
For your time.
Oh, you're welcome.
I can either send this to you in certified mail on Monday, or somebody could come down on Monday and pick it up.
We can just pick it up.
Yeah, I can come to that.
Okay.
Work from home, so,
All right, I'll be here all day Monday.
okay.
Good.
Thank you all.
Thank you for making it so easy.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you. Thank
You as well.
Me too.
Yeah.
Wait till you see what we say when you leave the room.
This is being recorded.
That's right.
All right, thank you again.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Take care. All right, well, let's,
So what did you think about that couple?
I don't know.
Japanese this, Korean that.
Japanese knotweed.
Hey, we've got Jesse Clinton lined up.
All right, so we're going to do the discussions first, and then we'll go from there. So,
I thought we were going to do the
just close out the notice. of
open the
intent.
hearing and continue it. Don't we have to officially do that? or-
Yeah.
Okay.
You open.
For the DPW at the top there, John?
Yep. Alrighty, then our next item is the public hearing. Notice of intent, 43A Groton Harvard Road, Ayer DPW Stormwater Outfall Improvements on property owned by Edward Ouellette, and we are opening this public hearing under the Wetlands Protection Act and under the Ayer Wetlands bylaw. And we are going to open and just continue until September 9th. So is there a motion to continue the notice of intent at 43A Groton Harvard Road, Ayer DPW Stormwater Outfall Improvement on property owned by Edward Ouellette, DEP file number 100-0459 until September 9th?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Passes unanimously. All right, now, discussion, as a recap of our August 17th, 2021 meeting with the Select Board. It was a good meeting, I thought. Good presentation to talk about a little bit about who the commission is and what the commission does, how the commission's workload has changed over the past few years, greatly increased over the past few years, and to try to stress upon the select board that our agent, Joanne Christoph, needs help. And we proposed for a temporary stopgap measure to hire or to attempt to hire someone in a under 19-hour-a-week position to help Joanne until we can make it a permanent, hopefully a permanent position paid for by the town. And the temporary position would be paid for out of our wetlands fund. What else?
So questions on paying it on the wetlands fund, assuming it starts, let's say October 1st.
Or as soon as we can fill it.
Sure.
Might not be that fast.
But then
Yeah.
going until, let's say, the end of May.
Yep.
June 30th would be the end of the fiscal year.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, just as
Okay,
right.
June 30th, so 6 months, October, November, December, so 9 months. You figure that's 36 to 40 weeks, 19 hours a week, and what pay rate? I'm just trying to figure out the numbers. We definitely have enough in our wetlands fund to cover that without issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, just did the math.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
what were we thinking, 17 grand or something for the temporary part, and we've got,
If we were, I mean, I think we have to discuss the amount with
Yeah.
Robert, but if we were thinking of like $22 an hour, the longest part, I mean, the longest filling of it would be amount to maybe up to 17,000.
Okay.
So we wouldn't take down our wetland fund that much.
Okay.
But we have to figure out and clear that amount with
Right.
Robert. And I actually started looking at the draft ads that you and, Mark, you and Jen worked on.
Yeah.
I think we want to keep it more simple. I found one that we did when we were looking for a temporary administrator. I think one of Becky's maternity leaves. And we advertised it with a set end date. And so I'm going to take, if you don't mind, I'll take a look at what you and Jen did, and then the template of what we did that one time, and just see if we can, I'll send that back to you guys to play with.
No, that's fine. And I know I was talking to Joanne the other day about, possibly doing it as a internship, a paid internship. So that might be something that, maybe doesn't go along the lines as much of a simplistic one. So I think that's what we have to
Okay.
kind of figure out, right? Is if we want something that's a little bit more substantive that,
Yeah.
somebody would want to have on their resume and such, and gain useful experience for their career. I think that's one approach, definitely. Or then, like you said, the other one is just the simple,
Yeah.
we just need a warm body.
Okay, so this is just because I don't know this stuff either, but, so how does an internship read differently than a part-time position?
Um,
Just
I just
Or do
think
you
we want to be a
have-
little bit more,
Okay.
I don't want to say flowery, but, something that, again, is more substantive that
Okay.
would interest somebody. Although, paid internship, I'm sure almost anybody was like,
Yeah.
school credit and paid, I love it,
Exactly.
So would that be marketed to like colleges or?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, that's something we could possibly, we would post on the MACC website, somehow.
Because we're looking for more than just a warm body, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I think
for sure.
we're like definitely somewhere in between, at least now. I think in the future, definitely, something, but then, like I said, that's where I, again, struggle with. Now when we make it a permanent part-time position, what is the appetite for that out there? A non-benefited
Yeah.
part-time position is a little bit of a concern.
Yeah.
If it was full-time with some benefits, even as an assistant, that's different. But when it's going to be part-time, non-benefited, it might be tough to get more than just a warm body, is all I'm thinking.
Well, one of the things I was thinking is Robert said at the select board meeting, the town manager, because we expressed our need for help and that there are other areas in town hall that also need a lot more help now because the needs of the town have changed. And so I think Robert's supposed to get back to them sometime in October.
Okay.
One of the thoughts I had, although this is, that it is possible whatever restructuring, if they do restructuring elsewhere, that maybe our position could get tied into something bigger.
Right, so it could be a full-time position that
Yeah.
could float between a couple departments.
Right.
That would be different.
Yeah, but we don't know that yet. So.
Right. Then the challenge you would have is getting somebody to know that, maybe is more Concom type stuff versus, I don't know, building commissioner?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what that split might be?
Right.
And that could be, possibly even more difficult to find somebody that has both skill sets. So, it's not an easy thing.
Well, all we can do is bait the hook and throw it out.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I think getting an internship is probably the way to go,
Yeah.
at least here, because again, it's a definitive time, it's short-lived, and,
It's 2 semesters.
yeah, and
Are there, do we know the different colleges in the vicinity that have ecological or environmental programs? We could also,
Joanne knows quite
Yeah.
a few.
yeah, so we could just send heads up there.
Yeah.
That's good.
So that's what I'm thinking, maybe going with sort of the longer one that we already have, and
Okay.
putting that out there, like you said, throw the hook out and see what we get.
Yeah,
And then if it's not turning into anything, then we could maybe, like I said, post a shortened abbreviated kind of thing and just make
Yeah.
it happen.
and at that point, I think a shorter one probably wouldn't do much change either, but, yeah, so I think it'd be ideal if we got an agreement on it next week and send it out while Joanne's away on vacation. But do the best.
Do you know to post on MACC website? Do we have to reach out to anyone specific? Do you know? Or?
Lindsay in the office.
Okay. Let's see what we can do. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else on that?
Alrighty.
We all done with that discussion?
Yeah.
Okay. Next item this evening is a discussion on the municipal beaver management plan.
So this is what our wily rodents have done at Shaker Mill Pond.
Nice.
Yeah. The neighbor across the street is extremely concerned about this,
Is this Mrs. Shields?
Mrs. Shields. And in talking with Dan Van Skelwick, our town engineer, who's our kind of partner in this, he and I concluded that taking the dam out one more time in order to give DPW time enough to get the pipe that Mike needs to put the deceiver in, because Mike can't get the pipe. Dan did find the pipe. With a lot of back and forth today, we determined it's not ideal pipe, but Mike can make it work.
In what sense is it not ideal?
Well, it's a double-walled corrugated pipe, so the inside is smooth. And I kept thinking, how is that gonna bend? that just doesn't make any sense to me. And Mike says, oh, no, you're absolutely right, it doesn't bend. But there's a two-part coupler that they can use to get the right geometry.
How much does it have to bend? 90?
Where does it bend?
I don't know the answer to those questions. But he said he can make it work, so I guess that's the answer to the question.
Oh, doesn't it go out and then up to a certain height? So it might be,
There's an elbow, or
yeah, I think
Yeah,
out in
I-
the cage, there's an elbow.
it's like that one that's in the beaver deceiver that's in
The-
Pine Meadow up above.
That one's completely flexible, so
Yeah,
it
but
lays
that's-
on the bottom and it comes up in a nice curvy way through that dam.
But then at the other end, it elbows up.
Yeah, because they set it at a certain level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that must be the bend.
well, so he can make it work. Mike said that the beavers this time of year really slow down on dam building, so it might be weeks before it gets back to the level that it is now. And you have to have a dam to put in a deceiver. You can't just lay it on the bottom of the stream.
Right.
So I had Dan send us an emergency cert. That I think really only the chairman has to sign, but if you all want to sign, that's okay too. Bridget is away, so we can't get the Board of Health end of this done, but we'll follow up after the fact. And Dan said he thought the guys could take it out tomorrow.
No. Anyone opposed to getting her out of there?
All right, that's great, thank you.
How long did it take to replace it to this stage?
Well, so when did we do our, not this last site walk, but the site walk before? Because that's the day we all went over to look at this, after we were at,
You want to sign that, George, or no?
where did we come from to go see this?
Hadn't we looked at things with Dan?
Yeah.
Those 4 projects?
Yes, we looked at some things and then
Was it that day?
it's been a while.
It was a Tuesday, it was a Tuesday.
It seems like a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Well,
It's
it
a month
was.
anyway, at least.
That was like in June.
Yeah.
Oh, June 29th, did we do it after we saw the, actually went to the Edulet project?
Oh,
Yeah.
it probably was after.
that was June.
Yeah,
43A.
June 29th at 5,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so, was it,
Yeah.
2 months?
Yeah. Yeah. So 2 months.
But if they're working, they could replace that in a couple of days, I think. They're really cooking.
Well,
In the heat week,
There's
set
a-
aside drink tea.
yeah.
Are you working that hard in this heat?
No.
My carpenters went home today, it was too hot.
Yeah.
But there's an awful lot of water coming, there's a notch in this dam right here. There's a lot of water coming through that notch, there's a lot of water coming through the dam.
Is it a log there going like,
Yeah, this
Right
is
there?
this
Wow.
is like just a random log. All right, so, I told Mrs. Shields we were aiming for the permanent solution, and we hoped that this dam was gonna be the one that had the deceiver through it. But she's really wants it gone, so it'll be the next dam. And Mike said he's pretty well caught up and he could be out here quickly, and Dan is gonna have the pipe and the couplings at the DPW yard. And then we just have to figure out how to pay for it. And I think that will be Robert's solution. He's gonna have to figure out. Because we just used our beaver deceiver money to put the deceiver in at DPW.
Did we use all of it?
What we have left will do the maintenance contracts on the rest of the other deceivers. But, Dan has been really responsive and a delight to problem solve this whole thing with, so.
Right, that's
It's
great.
really- Yeah.
Can't ask for more than that.
Yep.
Anything else on this?
I don't have
Discussion?
anything else, nope.
Anybody else? Good. Let's see, our next item this evening is where am I? Public meeting request for certificate of compliance, a COC at 32 Mountain Laurel Road. Is it Lucian,
Yes.
Greece?
Grise. Lucian Grise.
Grise. So we're opening this.
No, it's just a public meeting,
It's
so
a
you don't
public
have
meeting.
to open.
Well, I think for RDAs, we open under both the act and the bylaw, but not for,
This is certificate of
It's a
I know,
compliance.
but we don't have to for a COC.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's DEP file number 100-0200.
It's an old one.
That's an old one.
Yes. 0220.
Wait,
0200 is what I have.
Well, then I made a mistake on that.
On,
No, 02. Yeah, I did. I made a mistake. It's 0220.
okay, 0220.
Yep. It's right on the form. They are selling their house. They need this to clear up their title. This is a partial certificate of compliance for Mountain Laurel. This house is right near where the road splits, so it kind of goes through to both sides of the loop. There's nothing wet anywhere in sight. I walked around the yard. And I recommend that you issue this partial certificate of compliance.
Any discussion? Is there a motion to issue the partial certificate of compliance at number 32 Mountain Laurel Road, DEP file number 100-0220?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Passes unanimously. Thank you.
So Lucian, I don't know if you can hear us. We have a challenging Zoom set up here, but they're in the process of signing your document, and your law offices will come and pick it up at my office tomorrow.
I do hear you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Most likely, I'll stop by to pick it up. Is there a good time I can plan on?
I get in at 8 and I leave at 4. So, and I don't think I have,
Joanne,
yes.
tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow's Friday? Oh, well then I get in at 8 and I leave at 2. So the morning would be good.
Okay. I'll plan about 9 or 10. Does that sound good?
All right, that sounds great.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Appreciate every time.
You're welcome.
Okay, dokie. Next item this evening is a public meeting, a request for certificate of compliance at number 20 Rosewood Avenue. Timothy, please say that for me.
Boshomen.
Boshaman. I would have not done it like that. DEP file number 100-0434.
So this is a house on Rosewood Ave, on the way to the culvert on the left. It's maybe the second to last house on the left that Tim Boshaman built almost 3 years ago and sold and didn't follow up with the COC. Now the people he is selling it to want to refinance, and they've discovered that he didn't follow up with the COC.
Now it's time.
Now it's time. So I inspected as best I could from the road. I hadn't been in contact with the homeowners, so I didn't feel I could just walk around their house.
Sure.
And from what I could see, it looks fine. If you remember, there was a chain link fence in the back, and the work of building the yard ended before the chain link fence, and everything looks fine.
It's okay.
Yep, so I would recommend that you issue this.
Any discussion? Motion to issue a certificate of compliance at 20 Rosewood Avenue, DEP file number 100-0434.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Passes unanimously. I miss doing this when we were remote.
Well, and I have to say, it felt really funny on my end to be the one to sign.
Yeah,
They're like, there are all your names, and there are all the lines, and
there's your name.
it's just me.
But
So,
have we heard anything about what the town plans with the
no, it's a big question mark.
pandemic?
No, we'll be happy.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Our next item this evening is we're going to open a public meeting under the Wetlands Protection Act, under the Ayer Wetlands Bylaw. It's an RDA at number 71 Nashua Street, Jesse Clinton. And is Jesse with, hi.
Hello.
Please come forward.
I figured this was better than Zoom.
Very much so, thank you.
So, I am a frequent visitor to the Conservation Committee. I think you all have been in my yard a couple times. So our most recent project that we have is, and the last time we did a sidewalk, we were looking at the stream under the driveway.
Right.
So this is a project to address that issue. The inside curve of that driveway is lower than the driveway by about 4 to 6 inches, and steeply drops off into the wetland. We've had an issue with erosion, and people backing up not safely down that curve.
Oh.
Yeah, she won't drive down our driveway, for example. But, so our proposal is to extend that slope about 3 to 5 feet to make the slope more gradual, and to raise the level to be level with the driveway, at least right next to the driveway, not the slope down. The other side of the driveway, the north side of the driveway, already has that sort of configuration, and they're just not equal. So the goal is to make the both sides equal and free from erosion and safe to drive on in case you move a tire just slightly off the pavement.
So it seems to be eroding
It is eroding,
Yeah.
yes.
dangerously.
Yeah, so the house was built in 2019, so the driveway's relatively new. The stone that they put down was very small and sand-like and very quickly eroded. So currently there's rocks from the property just sitting on top of it to prevent it from eroding any worse. But that's definitely not sufficient. So our proposal is to, so we have a quote from Three Seasons Landscaping in Harvard to come in and put trap rock on that surface to stabilize it. And they would put 1 to 2 foot drainage pipe inside the tubes, or inside the concrete drainage pipes that are already there, to help extend those pipes into 3 to 5 feet. And then blend with the surrounding stone.
So flow is indicated by the blue arrow there?
Correct.
Basically going from the top to the bottom.
Yes. And we're very conscious of making sure the flow is not impeded. We have a lot of groundhogs in our yard that use that as a thoroughfare, so we don't want to mess with that. We obviously don't want to impede the flow of water because there is a wetland upstream that flows down to a stream. So the internal diameter of the pipes that are there are about 2 feet. So my request to the landscaper was choose as large a pipe as will possibly fit, so that you can try to maintain the diameter that's there currently. And that's about 2 feet.
And just extend them enough so that the rock and whatnot doesn't
Correct. Yep.
go over the end of the pipe.
Yep, correct.
So the trap rock would be extended about 2 to 3 feet?
It'd probably be close to 3 feet.
3
Yeah.
feet? And just trap rock, no dirt or anything?
No
like
dirt,
that?
yeah, it's just trap rock. There is a note in there for graded base, but that would be immediately next to the driveway as a dragging surface. Nothing with any sand or anything will be anywhere close to the wetland.
Yeah.
Yeah, only big stuff that won't like flow off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is really complicated, actually, because DEP has the superseding order on this, or has the order. This happened before I arrived, but somehow DEP is involved with this. And I think in the past, we've learned that we can still issue our own permits, even if they have an active permit. I don't think Calvin has applied to have this cleared up yet.
You haven't told him to.
Not yet. Since he does everything I ask him to. That's what he said to me the other day.
So they need a,
Keep asking then.
Yeah, I know. Let's make a list.
so for the whole project, they need a COC from the state for the superseding order.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think this,
And this probably should have been a more robust stream crossing than those 2 little pipes. And I honestly don't know what DEP would think about this.
they're the ones that okayed that stream crossing.
Apparently.
So if they have a problem with this, they could raise it during their 10-day appeal, but
Yeah,
they sort of enabled the
yeah.
problem,
Right,
so,
right.
And
clearly
the-
something has to be done.
yeah.
The previous planning board probably should have required that driveway to be wider. Really, I mean, my car is little.
It's exactly 1 lane wide.
Yeah, it's like 12 feet. It's
Yeah.
just.
If you have like an F-150, it's like tugging, it's really scary.
Yeah.
So it's exactly as wide as it needs to be for a standard car.
Wow. Thoughts?
No issue.
I'm just wondering when the rock turns into more pavement eventually. Will that cause a problem? Because it is only 12 feet wide.
Well, I'm assuming if you're gonna want to try to widen the driveway, then you're gonna have to come back.
The whole driveway's in a buffer zone. So
Right.
it is.
Yeah. The shed was easy.
I know, I'm sorry, this one's been waiting forever, we've been trying to figure out how to handle it for
Right,
the whole
right.
time we've lived there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I see your shed back there, looks nice. What do you think, Jess? Got a problem?
No, I mean, if it did, I mean, this seems like a good thing to try to see if this works. And then if there are still serious problems, which there already are serious problems, then you'd come back to us to widen it with pavement. We could have a different discussion. I'm fine with this.
With the heavy rains that we've had throughout July, basically,
Yep.
how much water has built up on that
On the upstream
north
side.
side? Yeah, the upstream there.
So water doesn't build up on the upstream side, it actually flows very well.
Okay.
The wetland is very capable of holding the extreme amounts of rain we've been getting. At the bottom of that picture, there's actually like a little retention pond that will hold whatever water from our yard gets run off.
Okay.
We haven't had an issue with flooding, which is miraculous, given that we live right next to a wetland. But the stream capacity is sufficient to handle all the rain we've been getting.
So where you have that white line there,
Yep.
you're not seeing any buildup of water in that area?
Nope, it's definitely not pooling.
Okay.
It's-
Because that's my concern, is that just putting the trap rock on top of that eventually underneath is just going to wash away, and that trap rock will fall, and you'll be in the same position.
Yeah, what we do see if it's really wet, the area, you can try if you have a mouse. Okay, so the water level does rise, but it's never so much that it like pools. It's never gone over the top of those tubes that are there right now.
Okay.
The water level will rise right in here. There's really no standing water here. There's a little bit of an elevation change. This is about a foot above standard water level, and it pretty much stays that way. We've never had a situation where we see standing water right immediately adjacent to the tubes, other than right like the stream.
And so currently the stone that they put in this, little gravelly stuff like you talked about,
Yeah.
that is essentially the limit there, where it turns green between that stone and that white line you have. Is that,
There.
yeah, is that just basically vegetation, like just up to that as you go towards the white line then?
Yeah, so this is vegetation, and keep in mind, this is only 2 years worth of growth because the house is relatively new. So all of the white stuff you're seeing is leftovers from when they made the driveway. The location in question is really like just this little area, and this white line is intended to be, will blend the trap rock with the existing slope that's there. If you stand on the driveway and look down, there's it gets really skinny right at the curve, and then it widens right back out. It's almost like they needed another pipe under the driveway, and they just didn't have it, so they didn't make it.
Have you ever noticed in a heavy rain event how full the pipes get? So I guess what my question is, if you reduce the diameter of those pipes, it'll still handle it?
I believe so. So you can hear the water flowing audibly during heavy rain events, but it's never like the pipes are full. I've never seen the pipes actually full. They probably max out around half full.
Half full.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that big wetland to the north acts like a sponge.
Yeah, and it's a very good sponge.
And then it lets the water go slowly, which is why wetlands are good at preventing flooding.
Absolutely.
It's a wonderful thing.
You mean they have a function that needs to be protected?
Yes, I would say. Look at that.
Exactly.
And there's a permit for that. Yeah.
So on top of this, are you going to replenish this at all, or is the trap rock just going to be like in this area?
Pretty
Or are you
much.
going to put trap rock across the?
It might extend a little bit. Actually, is there another? I want to show that picture.
Which way do you want to go? Oh, there you go.
There we go. So the question was, will the trap rock extend down to this region? So this region with those larger rocks that you can see right here, where the homeowners attempts to stop that from eroding.
Yeah.
So those are the small rocks I found in my yard. The pipes end here. The actual extent of the trap rock will probably go to about here, right at the bottom of the screen. That's probably 3 feet worth. It won't extend too much beyond the existing bonus rocks, just because it'll follow the natural contour of the driveway. And on the other side, it will probably extend another maybe 3 feet. But that doesn't need to be extended out, it just needs to be blended into the existing hill. And I will say the top of the driveway is probably 5 feet above the stream. So we do have a slope to manage.
Yeah, you don't want to go off, do you?
No.
Are the pipes going to extend all the way through?
No, they're probably going
Just
to
stub
insert
in?
them a foot or two, probably closer to 2 feet, and then have them sticking out about 3 to 5 feet. So they'll be in there far enough so that they are stable and they won't wiggle. And then they'll cover them in landscape fabric so things can't get in between them. And then cover that rock.
Are they going to bolt them in somehow, secure them of any sort?
Pin
or-
them down with rocks.
Okay.
I can request certain things. They had a general plan and they were
Right.
open to suggestions.
I guess it might be nice to have it pinned somehow, wouldn't it? So that it eventually doesn't,
Yeah, some sort of, I would think some sort of mechanical way of locking it in, it's secure, and then the rock is just added to it, would be my assumption.
yeah.
That might be maybe something to ask Dan.
So the sizing of
From a bolting
the,
perspective, bolt it from the inside going out as opposed to, so that any extended bolt sticks out versus goes in
Yeah.
and catches
Touches
things.
stuff, right,
Yeah,
yeah.
but, just a couple, I would say, just to, kind of secure it. And then the rock would definitely, hold it steadfast.
so the sizing of the pipe is such that you might have to push the pipe into the concrete and it will be held together by pressure. The goal is to get pipes that are very close to the terminator. Yeah, I know, water's pretty good, especially if it freezes.
It does always, water always wins, yes.
Indeed, so I'll look into ways to mechanically fasten it. It might be like a heavy-duty construction adhesive or something, just because I don't know if I want to drill through the concrete. As soon as you make a hole, it gets to be a weak point.
Those are, I'm sorry, I guess I wasn't.
Those tubes are concrete
These are
underneath.
concrete?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
And the
I was
tube they're
thinking they
putting
were
in,
metal.
yeah, the
Sorry,
tube they're putting
didn't
in,
catch that.
I believe, is probably like a galvanized drainage pipe or some kind of
Okay.
drainage pipe.
All right.
Anything else?
It's secure in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
If it's shoved in there and it has a little bit of looseness, I'd say we'd want to wedge something between the concrete and the pipe itself, I would think. Would you agree?
I do.
Just to make sure it doesn't move.
Yep. Somehow.
Okay. Let me investigate options, or if you have any suggestions, I'm welcome to them. I have some
Well,
civil engineer friends who can help.
well, you know what, that might be a good idea, to have an engineer look at it. And we should probably all go look at it too, just so you can remember. I mean, it's pretty steep off the sides.
I remember it. Okay, you want to set a date for a site walk?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be around much. We could do Tuesday.
Sure.
Are you gonna be? I don't get,
I will be around
I do.
Tuesday if it's somewhat early.
I do get Marilyn on Tuesday, but I don't get her on Thursday.
Correct. Yeah. Yes. I have something Tuesday evening at around 6, so we could take a gander at it earlier would be good, if possible. Anyone available for Tuesday? Got a yes from Jess,
I believe so.
yes from Mark,
No.
it's a no from George. I think
Jen will probably be back.
Jenna should be back.
It's a long way from
I was
her.
gonna say.
Your house is featured in some of these pictures.
And can you tell me what that date is, please, for the Tuesday?
31st.
What?
Is it the
31st?
31st or is it the 1st?
I think it's the 31st.
Yeah.
What time?
Um,
What's the earliest you can do it? 5, 4:30?
Yeah, like 4:45 or something like that, I guess would be good.
4:45?
Yeah.
Is that okay with you, Jess? 4:45.
And in the meantime, you could ask your civil engineer friends what they might think about this.
Absolutely.
And then we can compare an engineering solution to a landscaper solution.
Well, I will know that I am an engineer, but not that kind of engineer.
Yes.
So. Give me a building or something to build, and I'm all over it.
Okay, good. We'll keep that in
Something made of
mind.
steel.
Yes.
All right.
Any other questions? All right, see you guys on Tuesday.
All right, it's nice to see you
All
again.
right. Hopefully it'll be close to the last time. Thank you guys so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, good night. All right, our next item this evening is a public meeting, request for determination of applicability at number 15 Oak Ridge Drive. Bonnie and Jeff Tillotson. And do we have, there we go, we have Bonnie. And I see part of Jeff. How you guys doing?
Background, we're here, thank you, John.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, nice to see you guys. How are you?
Hi.
Good. All right, so you want to bring down some trees in your 5, are they all pine?
Yes, all large white pine. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's actually 4. I believe with one that we're gonna trim back.
And one's gonna be cut to remain as habitat, just so it won't reach the house should it fall.
Right. And which one is that?
Oh, no, you don't, sorry, I do have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, it's 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 4 will come down completely, one will remain as a tall stump.
Yeah, one will be cut at about 20-25 feet, because it's downslope from the house, and it's rotted up to about 25 feet, and we're gonna leave it there for habitat for the billions.
That's good.
And your concern is that they're a danger to your house?
Yeah, the one that's rotted out, if a storm came in, it would probably snap it and it would probably fall on the house.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all very large. They're probably like 80 to 100 feet plus in size. They're very old trees.
And they're all within 35 to 50 feet of the house.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, we have, as you guys know, right, we have a large number of trees on the property. But these trees are actually hazard trees that were noted by an insurance agency.
Oh,
Yeah, and with the wind direction, those are the ones that are gonna fall on the house, for sure.
They could fall on the house, right? Yeah, and then the one that's closest to the house, which is, I think, about 70 feet from the pond, I believe, roughly 70 feet. That one's leaning, that's leaning over the house. And that's the worst one.
And you guys were leaving stumps, right?
just one.
Well, yeah, we're gonna leave that as a stump, yeah.
So
Yeah,
this is the one
Yeah.
I went over and had a nice visit. Saw the chickens.
yeah,
So if you're standing with your back to the chicken coop,
Yep.
this tree on the screen is this tree.
Okay.
This one.
Yep.
This one.
Can you point it to this one?
Yeah.
The one. okay.
Yeah. And then if you'll see what I did here. If you pan right, you come to the one that is missing bark. And then if you keep looking to the right, there are these. So the tree that you were talking about trimming possibly, that was very close to its neighbor tree, that's still somewhat the plan, is to trim To try to trim
Yeah,
that tree?
just trim, those two are coming down, and there's one behind it that we're gonna trim. Just a little bit, it's not a lot, it's just probably like up, like maybe not even a third up the trunk of the tree.
It's just,
It's just to let more light into an area where we wanna possibly put a little greenhouse shed.
So the trees all are in the buffer zone. This is the top of the slope that goes down to Flanagan's.
Yeah.
And they're proposing on leaving the stumps in the ground.
Yep, all stumps would remain. We're not gonna stump any of the trees.
Really looks like some good bear carvings.
Say that again, Mark?
Some of those look like they could be good bear carvings.
Oh,
You know,
gosh, yeah.
You know, with the chainsaw and everything, like they got the
You
thick.
want to come over with your chainsaw?
if you have the time, Mark, feel free.
Well, I think the woodpeckers actually will get at them and carve their own designs.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've got
we got a resident affiliated that kind of comes in every once in a while.
yeah, Joanne can tell you that the stump in the back sky is littered with holes. It's
Oh
great to
my
watch
gosh,
every now and
yeah,
again.
really, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
So are you satisfied, Joanne, when you went out to look at those things, that
Yes.
they're a
Yeah.
potential danger to the house? Anyone have an issue with bringing these down?
No, you better get that one down before it does fall on the house.
Yeah.
It is hurricane season, folks.
Yes, it is.
Last weekend was a challenge, Mark.
I'll bet you were nervous.
Yeah, we're getting scared. It's a little more fearful these days with the weather patterns changing.
Right.
So you've got the contractor coming on the 9th,
On the 8th,
the 8th?
yep,
Yes.
flag will be coming on the 8th.
Oh,
The
yeah.
biggest crane they can find, so we do as little damage as possible.
Yeah, they're really good, they just come in, they don't even, even like a little tree that's growing beside a big tree, they won't even harm it, which that's my goal, is to not destroy any of the little trees that are growing up beside the big trees.
Anything else? Motion to issue a negative determination at number 15 Oak Ridge Drive, Bonnie and Jeff Tillotson.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Passes unanimously. Well, nice to see you all.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Stay cool.
Good night, guys. Thank you very much.
Good night.
Good night, yep.
All right, what do we got going now? This is, that's good timing. On your,
We're good.
Well, I have to say, so am I. I was running my commissions meeting from the car.
oh, you work from your car?
I'm chair of the
Yeah.
Conservation Commission, so I was.
So you're in your, good. Well, welcome. You guys are up.
Yeah, well, good.
So we'll open this public hearing under the Wetlands Protection Act and under the Air Wetlands Bylaw. It's a notice of intent at 0 Washington Street, Lot A. It's DEP file number 100-0461. So we went out on Tuesday.
Thursday.
Pardon?
Tuesday. You're correct. Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It was supposed to be Thursday, and then it got moved to Tuesday. That's what confused me.
That's right, yeah. A nice, hot, buggy, poison ivy walk through the woods. Yeah, it was nice to see the lots. Appreciate you guys coming out. Anyone have any comments from the sidewalk?
From my point of view, in writing the order, I think we just need to, determine how many rocks, how far apart, how many signs on what kind of posts, that sort of thing. And I would prefer to have it drawn on the plan. I think that makes it more real.
We have such an exhibit that I can put up the.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yep.
That would be great.
You should run that instead.
That's the new one. Let's see.
Promises me you got the right one.
Let's see.
And the rocks that you're proposing are how big? I mean, what's,
Typically, it's just, what I've used in the past and other projects with success is, just rocks that get dug up during excavation.
Yeah.
There's usually never a lack of them. And if you are so lucky, which never happens, that you need them, but then people are happy to give them to you.
I'm sure.
For free.
Yeah.
So I'm really not concerned about being able to find rocks.
Okay. And how many, well, we'll see.
Well, I can just say in the past, when it comes to usually just kind of space of 6 to no more than 8 feet on center. That kind of just do the job depending on how many rocks are there. If you got a lot of rocks, the ones to be coming 5 feet on center to 4 feet on center. But nothing more than 8 feet at the biggest. But we've always kind of made it work, so it's kind of obvious.
3 feet.
You know what I mean?
Right.
4 feet.
Rock size?
The size of the rocks can be, depending on what you find, but obviously if you find smaller rocks, then you kind of pile them up to make, big enough, grouping.
Yep.
But even if you find smaller rocks, you probably space them 3 to 4 feet on center, depending on what you're digging out. But I understand what any board is looking to see, so, at the end of the day, everyone's gonna know. You'll get the achieved goal.
Right.
So I think the idea though is we want to stipulate the rocks of a certain size. We don't want somebody having a pile of rocks that can be just.
No, I mean, by the bottom,
Yeah.
I'm saying if you dig it and you're pulling out VW bug sized rocks.
Yep.
Those might be, 6 feet apart.
Right.
If you're pulling up smaller rocks, so you're spreading them out, then you probably go 4 feet on center. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that I get. I guess what I'm saying is we want to be able to say on the plan, rocks of at least
Oh, yeah,
24 inches in diameter or
No
bigger, or
problem.
something like that,
no problem.
And you can see that illustrated here, the rocks graphically with the notations. We also notate the signage with, typical descriptive on it so that they can be placed, somewhat differently, but there's 3, one here, one here, one here for the signs.
Well, you know what? I'll go get a sign so that you can
Oh, great,
see
okay.
what they look like.
Is there a Zoom here? Can
Yeah, on the upper, on the bar there you go.
I- here? Okay. There we go. This, I colored this up just to make it a little bit more legible, I thought. The information provided on this update from Beals Associates includes the numeric offsets here of the different corners of the house, and I'll refer to my parent copy here. 69, 60, and 65 are these distances: 69, 60, 65 feet.
Okay.
So 60 is the closest approximate offset. Oh, it's durable too.
Now, does the board typically like these staked in or attached to the tree?
On a post.
On a post?
Yeah.
Okay.
Post. If you have a tree and you can lash them, that would, I think we do that in one spot.
Yeah.
Well, we're not nailing it into a tree, but.
The post is fine?
Yeah.
Trees
Yeah.
do sometimes fall down.
Right,
So-
and I hate putting hardware in a tree.
Yeah.
It just,
And we will post.
posts are.
Yeah. And you said you suggested a 3 or something like that, where it's kind of, you don't need it up.
No.
Eye level,
Yeah.
Just not down there either.
And that and the rock should send quite a clear message to even somebody who can't be bothered reading their order of conditions, which is most new owners.
Yep.
And frequently their attorneys, it seems. So the notations are here as requested. We also put the dimensions on all the boundaries of the property. This is 140 on this axis here, and it's also shown here, both the compass heading as well as the distances there as Joanna requested. Limit of work is this dash line. That would be a hay bale boundary. And I don't know if this is the appropriate time or later, but our plan with natural heritage, even though these are far removed from the estimated or priority habitat, our plan is to do this as kind of a comprehensive exclusion measure where this fence is essentially going to be continuous around both of these lots. Keep on going out to the subdivision road till we get to Gaskins Drive. It'll follow that, and essentially we'll have this whole site sequestered, these two lots as well as the subdivision, so that no turtles can get in for the duration. If there's completion of these, then if these are completed in advance, we could take these down and truncate the fence to the subdivision adjacent only. But right now the plan is, and we don't have to isolate, National Heritage is not requiring us to isolate the entirety of the property. It's only, actually none of the lots in buffer zone intersect the habitat line. So it's really just terrestrial work. But that's our plan. That's our plan. We've been working with Natural Heritage. We have to give them some updates, but doing it comprehensive like that means there's a lot less opportunity for error and Joe's going to control that. He's not going to be selling lots or anything, so he'll control it from soup to nuts and be able to maintain the fence. And if we have to move it for whatever reason during the process, we can do it in a way that's compliant with Natural Heritage's wishes. But so ideally we'll integrate all these together for the site clearing, and that way we'll exclude all the animals. Of course, there's no worry about trespass during the winter. So after November 1st, it's not a critical matter, but up until that point, and then after April 1st of next year, we're going to want to keep this site basically isolated from the rest of the planet from a turtle's perspective, is the intent. And it's low probability. The blind turtle walking through here has a low probability, but it happens more than you'd ever imagine. And it's very, in these kind of suburban remaining populations, mortality of even single individuals is pretty significant to the persistence of the population. So we're taking it pretty seriously. And Natural Heritage has been very agreeable on this, working with us. We do this we're doing it on the solar farm across the street, we're doing one in Sharon, we're doing one in Amesbury, we do it all the time. So I think that's it. I think we've met your objectives here, or your desires. Boulders, signage, we've got the dimensions on this plan, the limit of work is clear, and we'll have that done by S&M Farms, who does a superlative job of, Yes. I was arguing with somebody today that was going to use another client, I think it's Sharon, and I said, if you do, and we come down there and the fence is no good, we're going home, and then we're not coming back till it's fixed, and then you're going to cry. So use S&M Farms.
Yes.
I think people think we get a kickback from them, but we just, they make our lives easier.
And they make my life easier.
Yeah, they do it very, very well, very quick, and I think cheaper than,
So based on what it's saying there, if I'm reading that correctly, that's 1.5 foot diameter boulders is what it says?
That would be minimum, yeah. I anticipate that most of the rocks are going to be some higher.
Does anybody have a preference for them to be
I never
larger?
had that, we'll be fine.
What's that?
We'll be fine in bigger ones.
Yeah.
So,
You guys okay with having them?
I mean, Prospect Street,
2
they're
feet
all-
at least?
Yeah.
And then you figure 2 feet out center, that basically leaves a 6-foot gap in the middle. And I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, so a slightly bigger rock than 18 inches. The 2-foot diameter minimum.
Great.
I think so, probably accommodate that.
no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
I'm sure we'll still be trying to get rid of rocks at the end of it. So.
Well, there's even, there's an old stone wall that bisects a portion of this that has to get relocated, so some of that is gonna be used for this kind of stuff, so not 2 feet, no problem. No problem.
Yeah, so the order can reflect that, and we can update this plan, for the record, just so there's consistency. If it makes you more comfortable, we're happy to do that.
So I if I can just take a sec here.
Yep.
We had a homeowner, a new homeowner in just now who didn't understand the order of conditions, didn't understand the buffer zone, because nobody told her. I was able to get her their engineers, the subdivision engineers plan, and she just came to us with her landscaper's plan superimposed on the engineering plan. So you can have these. This is what we like. This is what the commission likes. Because you're going to have some lots that have stormwater basins on them that'll probably have easements of some kind for maintenance.
We would not on these two lots, but we will on the
No,
larger one.
yeah.
When we get to the other stuff, just to stay on task.
Yeah, but just, when we're thinking holistically.
Sure.
It's not just satisfying the commission and that, the plans are a certain way. It's the homeowner who has to come back to us again and again and again every time they want to do something because they're in the buffer zone. This is a, yeah, and I would hope that by providing this level of plan for every lot in the subdivision, that homeowners won't be surprised. Like this poor woman.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, we can figure out something.
Yeah.
I can't speak to this, or how
Right.
that person built it, or whatever's going on over there.
And these, I don't see any are these boulders or these trees that are?
No, this one didn't actually have
Yeah.
boulders. They-
We'll have that in our favor, that we'll be able to have a fairly clear boundary line, but yeah, we
Yeah.
certainly.
Others in this subdivision do have rows of boulders and blueberry bushes and signs on posts. It depends on how close they were to the resource area. This lot has a big prickly row of Rosa rugosa, keeping the homeowners out of the stormwater basin instead of the fence.
It's convenient, I guess, but it's usually not.
So,
Any other comments?
Good.
Everybody good? Motion to approve the notice of intent at 0 Washington Street, Lot A. DEP file number 100-0461 it's as presented, right? I mean, you've got,
As amended.
Yeah, as updated.
Yeah, and we'll just do for minimum boulder size, yeah.
Yes.
I think it's the only real substantive change or non-substantive change.
yep, size of the boulders, the signs, and the post.
Yeah, and you'll get us that updated plan, get me that updated.
Yeah, you have an electronic version. This is just colored up, but did I send you the PDF? I don't know if I sent you the PDF.
Not of this, I don't.
No, I sent you the green cards by email. Yeah. So we'll give you. I can leave these with you for the record.
Yes, that would be helpful.
File copy that will. Great. Thank you for closing that.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes unanimously. Orders of conditions.
Well, that's going to get kind of interesting.
You're going to be away for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your plan on starting the clearing? What's your time frame?
the plan for clearing these lots is not in the near future. So I don't need these order. There's other order conditions that I really would like to get, and I'll let you know those, but this took a couple weeks to get. I can do that. But when we get to the other stuff later in this meeting, I'll let you know what's truly important to me, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
So,
I'm going to be away.
just to try to work with the board,
Right.
you know?
I'm going to be away for 2 weeks, including the next meeting,
Yeah.
starting Friday. Right, starting.
So maybe we can kind of just
Oh, we can try.
circle back, because what I really want to be able to do is I want to be able to come in, again, holistically, I guess, is come in and do all the tree clearing kind of in one shot. That way, everything's simpler, erosion control is easier to manage, everything's just easier to manage. And I really want to be able to do that, by the end of September. So if we can, if the board can see the wisdom to be able to give me approval for that, then if you need more time on these kind of things, I can easily work, when I need it. And that's kind of what that's what I really need.
That would be covered by the 460 orders, the land clearing.
Yep.
So, but that's a little premature.
Even though these are separate orders, it wouldn't make sense to come and do these and then do all at one time.
Yeah.
We'll already have the erosion control set up well in advance of that. So
Yeah.
Brian will already have inspected it well in advance of that, things like that.
Yeah.
But that's what's important to me. So
Yeah.
if I can get that and these other things, I can definitely work with Joanne and the board,
Yep, okay.
And just
You okay with that, Joanne?
add to that, in terms of trying to ease the administrative burden, if we have, a standard order of conditions and the special conditions that you voted, we're more than happy to at least prepare, the first draft for review by Joanne, if that helps.
Yes.
Yeah, it might.
Okay. All right. Motion to continue, well, when are we going to continue this to? You're going to be gone next meeting.
Yep.
It'll be
The one after
23.
that must be the 23rd. Yep.
23.
Are you not closing the hearing for evidence and testimony tonight?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, are you not closing the hearings for the testimony tonight?
What do you mean with testimony?
Right. We don't have to close the
I
hearing,
thought you were closing lot A.
but
We don't,
Oh, we're not going to close it, we're going to continue it until
we sign.
we, yeah.
Yeah, their routine is to,
Oh, until you issue?
Yeah.
yeah, right. So they've approved the notice of intent. We're going to move to orders. We'll continue to the,
oh, solely for the purpose of reviewing the order, the draft orders, right?
Correct.
for the purpose of signing the order.
Right, that's, right. Just,
So the evidentiary or the materials flow is in. We're done with testimony submittals.
Yeah.
And you're just going to draft the order, yes. Okay.
Yep, and we'll do maybe one round of back and forth just to make sure we have all the details right. And then on the 23rd, they'll sign and then close the hearing.
So is there a motion to continue the notice of intent at 0 Washington Street, Lot A, DEP file number 100-0461 until August 23rd?
September 23rd?
That would be better. September 23rd.
That's 11.5 months.
Or we have a time machine and are going backwards.
Yeah.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Next public hearing, we're opening this public hearing under the Wetlands Protection Act, under the Air Wetlands Bylaw. It's a notice of intent at 0 Washington Street, Lot B. It is DEP file number 100-0462. I'm assuming this is going to be very similar to what we just did.
Very much so.
Is there anything that's going to be different at all?
There may be only 2 signs on this property because of the dimensions here. I think that's the only one. No, it's 3 signs. We have 3 signs along this boundary as well. Again, pretty much identical. This is an updated plan. The dimensions are on the outside of the periphery. The minimal distances offset for structural elements to the wetland is 67 on this, from this vertex, and 77 from this. 50 foot is highlighted here, boulders. So it would essentially be a duplicate order for this lot from an administrative standpoint.
Any questions?
Yeah, can we just, where's the lot line again on this?
The
Right there.
double dash, I guess you could call it, here,
Okay.
frontage there,
And
and the back
where are you
line.
clearing to?
From here to here. Oh, no, I'm sorry, correct that, scratch it. From to the left of the cursor, to the left of the cursor, to the south, or, down from the cursor. So this will be kept as a buffer for the two, enjoyment of the two house owners,
Okay.
as will this in the future. So basically inside this kind of polygon here will be cleared.
Okay, for some reason, that's what I was thinking, you're clearing all, thinking, why are you really putting rocks to the edge? I just noticed that, but okay, thank you.
Yeah, the rocks are at the 50 as opposed to, this, this would require additional review for any activity there, but it's gonna, I think these people are gonna want to enjoy a buffer, it's kind of a natural inclination of people to not want to look at their neighbors if they.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm good.
Anything else?
I wonder if it would be a good idea to put a rock right where the 50-foot intersects with the property line.
Here, you mean?
Yeah, yep. On one side of the line or the other, just so.
The other thing is we'd have to, we could probably, I'm sure, snake some kind of equipment in there, but was intended to be undisturbed.
Yeah.
Brian brings up a good point that to get said rock in there, I'd have to disturb it and bring a machine or a bobcat or an excavator to bring aside the rock that couldn't be moved. And I think that would be counterproductive.
Yes, I think you're right, but maybe a sign on the post.
Maybe a sign would be appropriate, so if somebody.
Yeah, that's fine, if you want to go out there and you were okay with the signs and, I can have the survey lines, because again, that line runs, for planning purposes, you'll see on the next, we kind of ran that straight. So me and you can put a sign there and some demarcation, that's fine.
Yeah. Is the planning board asking you to monument all the lot corners?
Yes.
And are you doing I forget what they call them, they're kind of flush to the ground with a little.
Pheno marker in one? Discs?
They were concrete down.
So post.
Okay.
But we will be able to locate ourselves and meeting you at a future date time.
Okay.
Anything else? No? Motion to approve the notice of intent at 0 Washington Street, Lot B, DEP file number 100-0462 as amended. Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Passes unanimously. So you, again, we can hold off on those orders until a couple weeks or whenever showing. Yeah, okay. All right, there's a motion to continue the public hearing on the notice of intent at 0 Washington Street, Lot B, DEP file number 100-0462 until September 23rd.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Passes unanimously. Next item this evening is a public hearing. We will open this public hearing under the Wetlands Protection Act and under the Ayer Wetlands Bylaw. It is a notice of intent at 0 Washington Street, Panther Place. Subdivision clearing, grading, and infrastructure. DEP file number 100-0460. What do we got?
We have, well, I guess probably start where, I guess we can close this, right? So what we have before you now is, as you said, Mr. Chairman, 100-460.
Yep.
And, let me see here. There we go. These are the updated plan set that we provided, a Dropbox link, and we gave you a hard copy in the field. And I think if we go to C2.3, probably the, oh, just for background. The premises is here. There's the 3 parcels under different ownerships. This is Moore Drive, and of course the schools, just for perspective. Lot A here, Lot B about here, and then the Gaskins Drive will come in this area, and then the subdivision is limited to the front 11 acres or thereabouts, or actually less than that. If we go to, I think, the most next informative sheet. Perspective here along, this is the approved wetland line in the respective buffer zones. Just so you can see that much of the site is without resource area, including, the majority of the restricted area, the future restricted area. C2.3, I think is our. There we go. Yeah, actually, for the current discussion, here we go. So we initially filed this as a consolidated notice with 14 tasks, 15 categorical filing items. And at your request, we've partitioned this into each single lot will now have its own notice of intent, which has been submitted to you, submitted to the DEP and so forth. So what we have before us under 460 is essentially the clearing and grading for 2-point source discharges, which is on the future lot 6 here. We have a storm water point source discharge. Ooh, where'd it go?
You're on.
Oh, yeah, whoops. Did I jump pages?
Yeah, down.
No, here we go. Lot 6, okay, but I want the next page, right? I jumped.
There you go.
Yeah. So this stormwater basin is actually outside the buffer. Here's the buffer zone, 100-foot buffer zone, 50-foot, 25 in the wetland. A small detention basin is on lot 6, so it'll be an easement, as I think Joanne referenced. There'll be some of that associated with some of the lots, a small fraction of the lots. This one is standalone. The point source discharge here is at the buffer zone, so there's really no work in the buffer zone, but we will be in, a named storm event, will discharge on occasion into the resource area. And the stormwater has, of course, been designed to partition the drainage to mimic the current scheme and to decrease the net flow rates all across the board.
So does that just receive sheet flow?
Well, this will have the plumbing's not shown on this illustration, but this will collect water from a portion of the from the cul-de-sac, I believe, and I'm not sure what the.
No, it actually, it'll collect it from the adjoining lots.
Oh, is this just
Yeah,
terrestrial?
this is the drip coming off of 2, 3, 4, and 5, and it just comes down, it's just a low depression of about 2 feet to collect and then to discharge out.
Okay.
This is not associated with the road.
Okay, so that didn't catch any hard surface? In that regard, thanks, Joe. So that's why I think it's a small basin, and it has this riprap spillway that will discharge, at the appropriate storm event as an emergency overflow. But the net balance of stormwater will mimic the pre-existing conditions, so it won't negatively influence either the specific property. Can you slap that upside down?
That's right.
Thank you. So it won't change the hydrology for both the neighbors or this property or anybody down gradient to the north. So there's one point source discharge there. So this activity, we could have, I guess we probably, if we wanted to be cheap, could have filed this as land clearing only and backed this off, 6 inches from the buffer zone, then we'd be, but I've got in arguments with DEP about that in the past. We didn't think it was worth doing that. So we could have paid a $110 land work without a house filing fee, but we instead did 2 point source discharge and the $500 filing fees. So there's one discharge there. There's another stormwater basin totally out of the buffer zone, which is kind of unusual. You don't see too many stormwater basins that don't ultimately discharge to a wetland, either directly or indirectly. But in this case, we have the majority of our stormwater down here is out of buffer zone and doesn't have any effect on buffer zone or resource area. And then if we swing over here, this kind of sinuous basin, I want to keep moving like a hand. This larger basin is drawn out and narrowed after the DEP's comments. It was redesigned very, very subtly. I don't think if you held these side by side with the original plan, it was just pushed back to the upslope side. So again, here's our 100-foot buffer here. Here's our 50. So there was no more pushing of it proximate to the into the buffer zone. Instead, it was the opposite direction. So it was deepened by about a foot, I think, on average.
I think that the bottom was, the bottom was kind of flattened out a little bit.
Yeah.
And, so there was a foot and a half, went to 2 feet, 6 inches, 8 inches here. It's kind of flattened out the bottom. It was kind of just.
So it'll accommodate the larger storm event. It's also currently under the current regulations of the town, I believe, is the specifications of the town.
Yes.
Requirements. So it wasn't subject to those regulations, I don't think, originally, but we're accommodating both the state and the local. So it'll be, belt and suspenders type stormwater management. We think will be quite adequate. This will be shared on several lots, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots will have a drainage easement on that, or of the stormwater basin here will occupy parts of 5 of these lots. And the outlet is here at the 50-foot line. Whoops, where's my cursor? Here we go. It keeps disappearing.
Whoops is a little temperamental.
It's really on my fabric here. Right here is our our outlet there. So that's one of 2 of the category 2, I think J, filing fees of $500. So essentially, to arrive at these discharge points and the non-jurisdictional stuff here, our intent is to clear the land here to accommodate all this in advance of the house construction, which you sort of have to do in a logical sense. And all of this, of course, is outside of jurisdiction. The Gaskins Drive and Briggs Circle, they're not labeled here, but on the remainder of the plans. Are they?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
These roads are, extra liminal in their entirety, as is most of the stuff. This is the only major stormwater feature that has any buffer zone activity at all. And again, the stormwater discharge here is 50. The one here is at 100, and the one over here is upland or terrestrial. And so under this order, we're asking for approval, given the modification that you've requested in our submittal process, is that we would like to be able to, again, in also deference to Blandings Turtle and MISA, we want to isolate the work area, all these stormwater basins, much of which is outside of buffer zone or any kind of jurisdiction, and ideally tie it in with Lot A and B, but Lot A and B can easily be standalone because of their, they're kind of sequestered off by the road frontage. So it doesn't matter, I don't think, as much to Joe if those are a separate item, but our intent is to put our erosion control / limit of work, which you can see it follows the 50 here, but then this is a design item more than erosion control or turtle control. This one leaps up here, so that these houses are not just, so it's not just a kind of cookie cutter. So we've spared quite a bit of buffer zone here, then it goes back so that this house can be offset from this house. We can see all that on the other illustration. So it's all thought out pretty well. So the road limit work will be here, then it'll be here on this lot, here at the outlet of the stormwater basin, and then thus, and then it will go around the outside. Let me see, come here. Yeah, I'm sorry, does it go here, Joe?
Oh, you gotta scroll over a little bit.
I gotta move it.
Scroll over. Yeah, because it's gonna go all the way around, you know, because you gotta.
Yeah, it's gonna go follow this limit, yeah.
Yeah, all the way around.
Yeah,
all the way
here,
around.
and then,
And then if you just scroll down.
yeah, and it'll come back up here,
And up.
and then come back into the property, so to speak, here, and so forth. And run at the 50 for this length, and then back to the property line, and so forth. And by doing that all in one assemblage, we'll have a pretty high degree of certainty of keeping the turtles out. Again, it's not, under its current condition, it's pretty unlikely the land turtle would want to spend any time there, except maybe perambulating, but usually, unless they're going in the right direction, they're going to end up on Washington Street and uncertain fate. When the construction's active, they smell the disturbed soil. And in case anybody jumps out of a cab and asks you, the smell is geosmin, of disturbed soil that attracts turtles and other species from long distances. And that's why we want to have this thing locked up for next season particularly, because come June of next year, there'll be disturbed soil, and the animals that are living quarter mile, half a mile away will sense that, and if they come up there, we don't want them to be able to access it. So it's somewhat integrated plan here with natural heritage, even though their activity is more a MISA issue than a 1059 issue, because we're not altering any wetland resource areas. So our approval request here is, those stormwater basin, stormwater features, and the ancillary work, both in upland that you don't really need to approve, but the buffer zone work that you do need to approve. So it'd be this basin, the tangential work there, and then the clearing of the area that's shown as the limit of work here that we've just got traced around the perimeter. We think that's pretty simple.
And the basin on the bottom, that is getting road runoff.
Yeah.
Am I reading that correctly?
It's acting like the previous one. It's just grabbing the sheet flow from the backyards, and then it's pulling down to the discharge point.
And that's why it's such a elongate structure, Joe, or?
Yeah, it's to grab all the sheet flow from the joint.
So I'm looking at the rain garden, and what's SD8? Is what that be storm drain 8?
Eight.
Off the beehive there on the right?
Yeah, so that right there, there's a rain garden in the center of that. And then that is just for an overflow for a 100-year storm event. So in that event, they would fill into there and then discharge outside and then slowly fill in.
You're down
So
to
this head down to there.
Yeah, that's only for the, actually, it's like only for the 100, it's either like the 25 or the 100-year event.
Okay.
It's just the overflow in that extreme situation.
So this is the overflow
Yeah.
for all this kind of manufactured swale, and this is a riprap,
Yep.
velocity.
Oh, that's just a swale there, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just the property line there, that dash line.
And so right now, these basins are approximately 2 feet deep or so, and what will they handle from a storm event?
Well, everything will be, they're all the rain gardens, so if I think I understand your question, they will handle all the road runoff runs into there so it can be treated, the organic, and then it kind of seeps into the ground slowly, and then it goes, underground for absorption back towards the wetlands. But the pipes there, in case of the 20, I think it's a 25 or 50 year event, and then if it fills up, then it'll overflow and discharge.
And that long linear basin has been resized to take the 100-year, 24-hour.
That's it.
Storm.
Yes.
About 8.9 inch or something like that.
So the 30375 there, the elevation for the spillway, when it essentially overflows, is what that number is, right?
Trying to see which one.
On the left there, yeah, that one. So if you take the line down to the left, it says riprap spillway elevation 303.7.
Oh, right here, yeah.
Yeah.
So is that when it would overflow if it got that water?
Not even, that's just for the larger swale. So as the water kind of pitches down to that, everything pitches down to that point, just like the one we discussed previously on the top of the plant. That's just the normal spillway and the riprap, just for the normal drainage.
But I think, Joe, so here's the 304, which I think is the top of the berm for the, in this area.
Yeah.
And so that's 30375.
Yeah, so see how it's 302
So-
the deepest.
Yeah.
It fills up, and then it overspills.
Yeah, it'll have a quarter foot of headroom here when it's discharged in there.
Okay. And that happens beyond the 100-year? With the 100-year? That's just my
I
question.
The 100-year, I don't want to turn into waters that I'm not an expert on, but I think the 100-year is more from the pipe, and I think when they, yeah, it's probably, because they had to widen it out a little bit, so it's in that extreme event where it's going to come up so high that it's got to overflow. But for the most part, a lot of this is the same, actually, when this design was given to DPW, this is the same stuff DPW has been using. Because the majority of this design is that it sinks down to the ground and travels underground
There's a fly.
towards the wetlands.
Is that what's doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a fly?
It wasn't fly, it was a circle on the screen.
This is only for the extreme events of the 24-hour periods where it
Okay.
will overflow.
There we go.
And so I guess what I'm getting at is, for 99 years out of the life of this, let's say, you anticipate nothing in there, a small, 6 inches of water in there?
I imagine you'll get, a heavy rain event, it'll pool
And then-
for a little bit, then over time, that's how it works, then it dissipates.
Okay.
And then, as I got my education as well, it's actually better because as if it travels then underground slowly, then if you have like a drought situation, water is stored more in ground,
Yep.
opposed to just being rapidly discharged out. So it's kind of stated that it goes towards the wetlands, so as it sinks down in, several weeks, it makes its way to the wetlands, so you don't lose the water.
Yep. Okay.
I think it turned this too fast, but it seemed to take off when it did. I don't know if it's the fly or, but he's still on the loose.
He is.
So, and as we said, we've submitted both the DEP into your offices, the individual lots. No, DEP.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah. So the matter before us now is really just road and drainage and the real, there it goes again. I'm not touching it. It likes to go to the end. I wonder if it just senses when the fly goes by. Is it that dynamic? I don't know.
There's enough static in the fly, I suppose.
So can you go to the,
I don't know.
you just had a sort of a zoom out and it showed the limit of work just beyond this, I think. Or it must have been before, but I take it.
Let's see.
But it was just,
Sure.
at this level, you can see
I'm
the
gonna
limit
just
of
try to
work.
close it and open it again to see if that helps at all, because there, let's see, it's static now. Yeah, go a couple of sheets here.
Yeah, keep going down if you don't mind.
Sure. Say when we see it.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
So yeah, if I'm seeing it correctly, that you can kind of see that dark line outline, right? That's your limit of work. You're clear.
Yeah, but actually it's nice and bold here, yeah. You see this is the separator between lots A and B that we discussed a little earlier.
Exactly.
A little visual screen. These are the jogs to make it so these,
Right.
we didn't want to make these houses, or Joe didn't want to make them all lined up like, barracks.
Yep.
And by variegating the offset here, that allows a little stagger of the houses so they're not all looking at each other.
Yeah, now you can see the one down on the bottom wetland too, much better.
Yeah. Yes, it's a little clearer in here with the bold, thick line here. So what we're considering now is everything here, this discharge, and this discharge, of course, and then the clearing that supports that. Most of which is, well beyond buffer zone, but we don't want to split it up. To build these basins, we need to get into the buffer zone under this approval and to prep the limit of work and to do a consolidated turtle barrier as well. It's all benefits. It's been about a year and a half in the plan or something, so it's not.
This is a landings habitat?
Yeah, the habitat line, I think, is it shown?
It's right
I think
there.
that's it.
Here?
Go back.
Oh, here,
Right
yeah.
there.
So you can see the jurisdictional lots are all outside the priority habitat boundary. And with natural heritage, we discussed both this project, we made a couple of revisions to it. We did a, kind of a test case of a theoretical lot and submitted that and got an approval, and then we changed it slightly, and they reviewed the revised and approved it, and then this current configuration, they've also reviewed and approved, and the only real significant jurisdictional stuff is a trail here that they are interested in, and it's going to be a somewhat primitive trail. It's not going to be, it'll just be blazed really, not going to be wood chips or steps or anything like that. That could be, if somebody is compelled to do that, I think in the future it could be done, but it's basically going to be a natural and at grade walking path that's to nowhere. Essentially, it doesn't really lead to another product, because you go into wetlands if you go to the north there. But it's an amenity, I think, that will probably be enjoyed by these folks, and if somebody else wants to come in from here or from other parts, they can certainly take advantage of it. It's not going to be a marathon hike trail. It's going to be, I don't know if we've done the linear feet of it.
I think it's like a figure eight.
Yeah, it's
I
like
think
probably
like a-
1,500 feet or something.
I think, yeah, something like that, but it's
Or
a
2,000.
figure eight, and it goes back and stuff like that, so then anybody can go and access it and walk back there. So,
Kids will have fun.
Yeah.
No turtle fence?
Not for that, yeah, because that's outside the limit of work.
Who's responsible for maintaining basins?
there will be an HOA for the subdivision, and there will be a maintenance plan. So it'll be probably biannual, that there will be somebody, a hired landscaper will go into the back and clear out all the basins, and it'll be managed. So it's not just, there will be an organization set up to make sure it's getting done, biannually or something like that.
And will there be access to the basins for the?
Yeah, there'll be easements granted so that a landscaper or somebody can get back there, clear it out from debris and get back there with those. Probably a lot of handwork and, a little bit of weed whackers and stuff like that, just to make sure it's, clear.
And the clearing of that will be defined similar to what Deshane had provided us with.
For,
How to properly maintain.
yeah, there's an operation and maintenance plan
Okay.
in existence
Okay.
for the basins. Yeah. It's odd that the planning board is the stormwater authority. And so DPW reviews all that on behalf of the planning board, and we get involved a little bit sometimes, not so much in this one because they don't discharge to wetland
Okay.
resource areas.
Okay. All right.
Yep. Well,
Anything else?
this seems like a reasonable thing to me.
Yeah.
To have a separate order for infrastructure and then separate orders for the lots.
What is the lot behind lot B? What is the line going behind the house? Is that the driveway?
Let's see.
You
Oops.
did it again.
This is,
So
this
there's.
is lot B here. Oh, no, so wait,
Yeah, no, no.
yeah, this is here, yeah.
Yeah.
So where the 330 is there on lot 1?
Here.
What's the line behind, like, just like up above, like? No, right?
That's just grading.
This, yeah, these are just
Those are contour grading.
Is that 326 or 326, 328, 330, I think?
Yeah,
Oh, that's the
grading.
328 line.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just not labeled, I think they label every other one.
It looks so perfect. I'm like, is that a driveway going behind? Is that kind of threw me? Sorry.
Yep, that's right, yeah. A lot going on in the plan, in aggregate, so.
Okay.
And in the future, we'll show you the, one by one, the, house locations and such, and amendments and stuff.
And what are they doing, having you put sidewalks just on one side?
Yes.
Yeah.
And lots of trees, I saw lots of trees, street trees.
Yeah, I think they'll,
I think there's like three different varieties of street trees.
Nice.
somewhere, there's a detail.
need to go out there and take a look at this stuff?
There's a tree plant here.
Yeah, look at all those trees, that's nice. Well, I would recommend that you do, you do, and I come with you. Just because that's what we always do.
Can we do that on Tuesday?
I can do it on Tuesday.
This is going back into the same area,
Further back.
further back?
Further back, yeah. We were just in the,
Yeah, we were just up in
Up
here.
in the-
Yeah.
up in that
Oh, right.
corner.
And so we probably want to tour, these
Yeah.
areas.
Yep.
And we have, the wetlands are still flagged out there, the mountain, wetland boundaries are flagged.
And it's actually much easier walking over
I
here
remember that, yeah.
than where we were.
Yeah, when you get further away from the road, the understory is pretty light.
Yeah, yeah.
Still recommend long trousers.
Yeah.
Yes.
This time, right?
That's right.
Is our rock feature gone?
No, that's gonna stay.
I saw that on there.
That's-
Yeah.
I'm not, like I told the plan board, I wouldn't wanna try and touch it, because then if you started moving it, you might not be able to stop it, so. It's
Yeah.
gonna stay.
Can you put a plaque on that says Mark's Rock?
No.
No?
I don't want my name associated with it.
All right, so we'll go out there on Tuesday. We got one at 4:45. That shouldn't be too long, right? So we can get out there 5:15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tuesday is the
31st.
31st, yeah. Okay. At 5
Bring your
o'clock?
pants.
5:15?
5:15? Should be cooling down by then. anyway.
Yeah, it won't be so nasty.
Sweltering.
Ugh.
Great.
Anything else with that particular item? So do we want to, is there a motion to continue the public hearing and notice of intent, Panther Place, OSRD subdivision, clearing, grading, and infrastructure, DEP file number 100-0460 until September 23rd?
Mr. Chairman, who could ask for this one to be continued to the next meeting? And September 23rd.
We can probably do that. We can do that, right?
This is, so Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
this is the one.
Yeah.
This is the one that is time
We're
sensitive.
really good at time sensitive, allows me and Brian to get working,
Gotcha.
and get things up. So this is the one that, like I said, I'll let you, like, the other stuff I've worked, but this is the one that really is really important to me.
So if you get a site visit on Tuesday,
Yep,
you're done with work Thursday evening, afternoon, whatever,
Yep.
right?
yep,
And then you're gone for 2 weeks.
yep. And I can get this pretty well put together. And I was talking with Jess today about access to the office and passwords in the computer, and you can get remote access to the email and all that. So I'll get it pretty well put together, and then somebody will have to finish it if you're expecting to sign it on the 9th.
All right, so let's do it for September 9th.
And we
No, we
can
really appreciate it.
we can try to facilitate the verbiage, just to.
Anything we can do, we'll do it, and I really appreciate it.
No,
We don't put words in your mouth, but
We don't want
at
to,
least
we don't want to mess you up.
help.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and we'll go with the lots at a more, not leisurely pace, hopefully, but
Yeah.
a little less,
Yes,
yeah.
so leisurely would be good.
So are you preparing, you're preparing the suggested draft of an order of conditions?
I'd be happy to do that, Joanne, if you want to send me what your standard order is.
Yeah, I can send you a sample.
Great.
So we'll amend that. Motion to continue the notice of intent at 0 Washington Street. DEP file number 100-0460 until September 9th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes unanimously. All righty, good.
We thank you for your time.
Well, we thank you as well.
I like these, do you have these in supply that can be purchased and that you reimburse the town? or whatever?
$15 a piece.
Yeah.
The first one is free.
Aluminum too, is it aluminum or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're nice.
We have them made in the prison system.
In Shirley or the Concord?
I don't actually know which one.
Those are nice for a prison. We used to have the prisoners make bluebird boxes at Concord.
Oh.
And actually maintain the trails in Acton for the Conservation
Oh,
Commission.
nice.
Buy them a bunch of sandwiches and have a guard there, and they thought it was great. And
Oh, that's.
they got a lot of brush cut on the trails and stuff.
If I can, just procedurally, I think, didn't we advertise the 13 to be open tonight?
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah,
we're going to immediately continue to the 23rd.
Yes. Yeah, just open them all at once.
Is that tonight?
Yeah.
One question, I think, because you said 13, but we initially did 14?
Yeah, I thought it was 14.
I know, but we're taking.
Yeah, lot 6 is not,
Okay.
lot 6 only has stormwater, and even the stormwater is outside the buffer zone, so lot 6 is listed, I think, on the agenda, but we scrutinized everything, and we have 13 lots, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 14, 15, 17, 19, 20, and 21. Is that correct?
15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21.
Yeah.
So I put lot 6 in the ad because the filing that you did under the bylaw included one for lot 6.
Yes, and that was actually in error, but the file in the notice of intent or in the cover material, we gave a table with the breakdown of how the fees have been redistributed. I talked to Kim Roth at DEP Zero, and she said that it was within their capabilities of redistributing. The final fees have been paid to the Dropbox and DEP, but she says they can actually manipulate the fees after the fact in their little database. So, and then when I did all the math, I thought, oh, we're gonna have to probably pay another fee, and it all came out zeroed out
Okay,
to.
all right, good. That was one of my
And
questions.
the information, the analysis in that should be in the table for each categorical filing here.
I talked to Kim too.
Okay.
So the NOIs that were in the Dropbox
Yep,
that you sent us,
yep.
those are official-ish?
Those are official, filed both under the act and the bylaw.
So when I read lot 2 and 3, I believe 2 and 3, I didn't get through the rest of them, but 2 and 3 appeared to say that the money was paid for an unimproved lot, but yet it did indicate a 1900 house. So I was confused.
1 and 2 are house and buffer zone. Then the next series of lots, maybe 3, 4, and 5, just from memory, I think are just grading. No structure in the buffer zone.
Oh, okay.
So it's single family work on a lot.
I didn't
without a
understand the
house.
wording, but I
Yeah.
see, okay, I see what you're thinking. Yeah,
Category
it said something
one.
about no structure, and I was like, I thought they're building a house, and it kind of threw me. But it's yes, no structure in the buffer zone.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And it vacillates back and forth between,
Okay.
adjacent lots. One's in buffer zone, the house is in buffer zone, only the grading. And
So,
lawn is in buffer.
While we're talking about money, these are copies of all the legal ads and the costs for the legal ads. And Joe has a check.
Going to
We're
Joe.
just gonna have to do some math.
Well, this is a check from an earlier request that I just got missing here. So
Okay,
here's that, and if I need additional funds, I
all
will
right,
provide them.
so let's see. Let's do the math and then I'll give you the, get all our accounting done here.
So procedurally, if we can open the individual notices.
Oh, right, that way it's on, we comply with the advertisement, you don't have to renew it.
All right, so we'll open the public hearing.
Just one question. Joanne, you said these, you can't, and Alex, you might know, you can't continue to an indefinite date. We have to continue to a time certain.
Continue, yeah.
Yep.
So continue to the 23rd.
23rd.
Yeah.
That's fine.
For the 13th
Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
13th,
will be,
Yep. And then we can open all of them again and
Continue some.
deal with a few and continue the rest and,
I think at that point it would be, we don't have to do it tonight, but it would be helpful for Brian to just do an overview and say, this one is just grading, that one's structure, that one, so that
Yeah.
the picture, the commission can then determine how it wants to,
yeah.
proceed.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so we'll open the public hearing. Under the Wetlands Protection Act and under the Wetlands Bylaw of 13, notice of intent for individual house lots at 0 Washington Street, Panther Place. DEP file numbers to be determined. Is there a motion to continue the 13 notice of intents for individual house lots, 0 Washington Street, Panther Place?
I would probably just also read into the record the house lot numbers.
Okay, house lot numbers.
Yep.
Lot 1, lot 2, lot 3, lot 4, lot 5, lot 6.
No 6.
No 6.
No 6.
It's in there, lot 13, lot 14, lot 15, lot 16, lot 17, lot 19, lot 20, and 21. We will continue until September 23rd.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. Passes unanimously. We will continue on the 23rd. Anything else?
Thank you very
Got
much.
all that, Jess?
A little check rating here, I think we're.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for your time. For your time on the sidewalk and the forthcoming sidewalk on.
Yep. You really can have this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Enjoy, put that on your wall. On your wall. Save it for the summer.
I'll take it now.
Put it across our air.
Put your out.
There you go. They're very nice. We like that color combination. They're not too forbidding looking, but they get the message across.
It's got a cool hair.
Have you found the last color?
Oh, yeah.
Corrosion?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's aluminum, so. Oh, thank you.
All set. Great. Nice to see you guys.
See that?
Thank you very much.
We'll see you on Tuesday.
See you.
Yeah.
Anything else before we,
Are those like real, are those prescriptions?
Here's Travis.
oh, yeah, Joe.
Or if you're driving.
Oh, yeah, the project.
Good catch.
Thanks again.
Yep, see you.
Take care.
Good night. Thank you very much.
It's a different
Bye.
drive. Thanks.
Take care.
You could take the fly with you if you want.
Let's save it for next time.
It was so funny watching the fly kind
Yeah.
of pick the things it
So
wanted
the
to
fly
do.
was changing the screen.
It was, yeah. You saw when it landed, it like
Yeah.
showed the mouse
Yeah.
point, because it's like, if you just do it with your finger, you'll see it, it's
Right.
the same thing, and
Yeah.
I noticed that last week when we were here. I just changed the channel.
Yes.
Anything else?
Do we have anything else?
I don't think so. Well, we have conservation office and members updates, but that can keep. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.